The UEFA Champions League is an ultra-regulated corporate machine generating billions in annual revenue. It functions as a rigid sports monopoly, complete with global sponsors and standardized broadcasts. But the elite administrators who currently profit from this tournament had no hand in its creation. In the mid-1950s, the blueprint for this championship was actually developed by a small group of rebellious French sports journalists. Media warfare and rogue ambition launched the tournament. Official institutional planning only arrived after the journalists had already forced the issue. In 1954, English football maintained a deep sense of superiority. That confidence peaked in December, when Wolverhampton Wanderers defeated Hungary's Honvéd in a friendly match. The English media loudly declared Wolverhampton the champions of the world, based on that single victory. Gabriel Hanot and his colleagues at the French sports daily L'Équipe were deeply offended by the claim. Hanot retaliated with a public challenge. He demanded a true, multi-nation club tournament to definitively prove which team was the best on the continent. The journalists demanded a continental tournament, but because the governing bodies refused to organize one, the media decided to build it themselves. L'Équipe formed a private committee, entirely bypassing official football administrators, to create their own blueprint for the competition. The selection process followed a bizarre, unsanctioned logic. Teams were invited based on prestige and marketability, rather than whether they had actually won their domestic leagues. The journalists even fixed the first-round brackets themselves to guarantee the most exciting narratives for their readers. In one extreme example, the organizers ignored the Scottish champions, Aberdeen. They invited fifth-place Hibernian instead, purely because Hibernian was the only team in the country with stadium floodlights. The European Cup began as a highly engineered media spectacle, a rogue tournament designed primarily to sell newspapers. The football establishment responded with territorial panic and aggressive resistance. UEFA Secretary Henri Delaney viewed the club tournament as a direct threat to his goal of establishing a championship for national teams. FIFA President Rodolphe Seeldreyers dismissed the project entirely, famously declaring that the tournament had no worldwide significance. The journalists even attempted to buy official sanctioning by offering to name the tournament trophy after Seeldreyers, but he refused. The tournament's credibility took a major blow when the English Football League forced the reigning champions, Chelsea, to officially withdraw from the competition. The bureaucrats fought back because a successful rogue tournament threatened to dismantle their monopoly over European football governance. The journalists had the teams and the public hype, but they still lacked the legal authority to let the matches proceed. FIFA executive Stanley Rouse eventually stepped in to deliver a reality check to Hanot and the organizers. Rouse delivered an ultimatum. The tournament would only be sanctioned if L'Équipe surrendered control to UEFA. In May 1955, the journalists officially handed their creation over to the bureaucrats they had originally bypassed. The establishment won the political war to absorb the invention, but they were forced to adapt to a future they had actively tried to prevent. This chaotic process culminated in the 1956 final in Paris between Real Madrid and Reims, played under the banner of official sanctioning. The match ended 4-3. The high-scoring entertainment proved the concept was an unstoppable fixture. Today, the Champions League is synonymous with UEFA's top-down corporate authority. While UEFA reaps billions today, elite European club football exists because a few French sports writers refuse to wait for permission.